Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel. Another episode of Sundazed and Confused, number 75. As always, I'm joined as my co-host here, Christy Wannabe. Woo!
W Dicker, I see small tubes. Hey, Ron, Artman. It's awesome to see everybody here today.
Here comes the link. If anybody wants to join, I am going to go to the deep jar stash is what I was calling it. It's like you know how you have like the last jar of all these different strains, you keep them in one place. Well, I'm going to go to that place and get me some maybe some Alien OG or something different, man. I haven't smoked very much different stuff lately. So there's the link. We'll get it pinned if anybody wants to join. Feel free. It's a hot, humid one today.
Hot and humid. It's been a little difficult controlling the humidity in our tent, but we're going to be we're looking into bettering our equipment. Yes. That is the problem. We're battling this and we don't have to. We're just running the wrong equipment. You know, we're making it harder on ourselves and we don't have to. Which we like to do that sometimes.
Well, you know, it was part of it is leftover equipment from our old space. Some of it was when we moved, we got some shit that was like not really, we kind of thought it would be subpar, but get us by for now kind of deal. So we kind of knew that it was possibly going to be a problem, but hey, how'd they get in?
Ken is here with us. How are you today, sir?
How did he get in?
I left him in when you were getting
I was gonna say.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock. We're so glad you're here. And your tent is, or your space is blowing up.
Holy shit.
OG, man.
Oh, insane. It's crazy.
Wow. And Iceni is joining us. Hello, Iceni.
Good evening or afternoon.
Yeah,
It's hot.
So Art Man, Amy Aces is really stacking. Her buds look very chunky.
They're very big. Yeah, they're getting there. There we go.
Nice.
Try not to hit my head this time. We'll start off with the Nurk.
Nurk looks great.
Oh yeah.
Nice
Yes.
on that.
Filling in.
Oh yeah.
And these are all the same age, right? Except for the flow.
Yeah. The flow is a week or two later. Yeah, the flow. Oh boy.
But you told us that was gonna happen.
Nurk looking good now. Amy is large.
Oh yeah.
She's consuming her area. And then some. You getting any smells yet?
Oh yeah, she stinks. She is really a smelly one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a smelly one for sure.
I love that. Secondaries.
You got some Violet Beauregard on the way, man. I can't wait to get your review on that.
Hell yeah. Well, you've been bragging on it so long. I mean, I can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah, man. It's a beautiful plant.
And there's the flow, OG.
Man,
she's past the light.
look at that. What, are you gonna super crop or what? I guess
well,
you don't know.
I'm kind of mixed feelings because I got to get those pollen bags over it. If seed person gets some pollen, I thought these large branches would be very conducive for the bags. And I don't care about the harvest really.
Right.
So it's just the seeds this run. So that's that. And these girls.
Wow.
Well, they are taking.
They're taking off too.
And flow is past the Nurk, like I said it would. So hopefully those two are going to be really nice in here together, and they'll play good together, unlike these guys.
Are you having any kind of You having any problems battling atmospheric pressures like humidity and shit in your town, Art?
Oh yeah, I heard you saying earlier that you guys have killer humidity right now.
It's
But
ridiculous.
yeah,
It's like
well,
these-
actually, we've been having a drought, so it hasn't been bad. But with this forest here, transpiration's off the scale.
yeah, that's our problem.
Yeah.
Here's my advice
Yeah.
for anybody out there that's starting is if you're getting a 4x4 tent, go with a 10-inch exhaust and a 6-inch intake. I'm the type of dude, I want to push the button and my whole tent is exhausted immediately. 60 seconds later, I've totally returned it. I
Help a little bit.
especially if you have to run carbon filters like we do, you're losing a lot in drag and shit.
Overpower everything. I did that with my chiller too. I got one above what I needed. That way it doesn't struggle.
Yeah, I move a lot more air than required. It's a safety measure as far as I haven't suffered bud rot or powdery mildew. If you move that much air through, I'm pretty sure you're not going to suffer it.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. And like my wife said, we need to make some upgrades in our equipment. And it's I hate to say it, it's not even about buying the shit. It's just about the act of going and getting it, bringing it home, tearing the old one down. I just don't have time. You know what I mean? So I keep pushing it off and trying to get this shit to work good enough for, it's always, when the tent's empty, I'll do it and kind of deal. So there's no excuse other than me being, what they say. People say, I don't have any time left or whatever. I always tell people that doesn't mean literally every second of my day is consumed. It means I'm giving as much of myself as I'm willing to at the time, So it's the garden is the one thing that I always try to make an exception for. And lately I haven't been able to get in there as much. And I need to switch. I need auto fert. I need to upgrade a couple of things and we could do a little better, but that's the reason or excuse or whatever, but we'll get there. We're managing. I mean, we're not dying.
Yeah, at some point though, soon we're gonna have to upgrade the equipment. I think it'll help us out, make things less stressful. Right now we're lucky, like the plants look like they're doing good. They're like the numbers don't jive with what they look like. The humidity is, but we're watching, you get those problems. We don't want to get mold.
Right.
I'm just scared to death of that. It's happened to us too many times.
We'll run into some heat problems and shit, so we adjust by lowering our EC a little bit and stuff like that. But you can only adjust so much before you start having negative impacts, and we'll get it there. But just some food for thought, shit we was thinking about this morning.
Yeah, gotta have fun in the tent.
I'm happy summer's here, man. That's one good thing. We always sit around, bitch, it's cold and we want to get outside, and here now summer's here and it's been nice. It doesn't get dark till 9:30 at night. Man, I'm out there cutting grass at 8:30 in the evenings, and it's just one of my favorite time of year. All these little festivals are popping up, at these firemen's places and
Oh yeah, I got a lamb meat gyro yesterday. I'm so happy because the season for food trucks around here.
yeah. So all's good. Look at that. He's got a big pumper. Hey, that's kicking out some friggin' juice, huh?
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. That was a $40 purchase or whatever. It's called a Pure Mate. That's my humidity at the moment. That's why it's pumping it out. I'm at 48%. It's probably about 55 up in the canopy. But yeah, I just set it to max out to, if I'm still in the beginning of the stretch, so I don't mind still hitting 70% humidity in here. Plus I think I'm 29 degrees on the floor, probably about 32 up in the canopy. She's looking good. Done a little snap and repair on this one. Let me see if I can bring that in.
Oh, I see that.
And it's wilted a bit. That was 3 days ago. I snapped it right off and just taped it. But
I'm trying
Oh,
to get the big screen
It looks
on.
like it's gonna just
What the?
not even,
There we go.
it,
Yeah,
it doesn't
just-
even, never ever happened. It's looking
yeah, I'll
great.
probably lose this leaf here. But the rest of all that was all drooped right down, but it's come back.
That'll be interesting to see how that develops. Like, will it make like that as that knuckle gets in there? Will that bud be bigger? Will it, like, I wonder if that site will, if you'll be able to see a difference later down the road.
Yeah, I'd like to see the difference. Personally, I've done it in the past and I don't think I really noticed any difference. But it may be I've just stunted it a little bit, so it's you can see it's just a little bit lower there.
I think it always, in my mind, it always makes it up. So like if I snap something like that, which I try not to do much anymore, I had enough of that shit. But if I snap something, I always feel like the colas around it seem to like, they'll just get more growth. But I always feel like this though, it takes, your plant has to divert energy when something like that happens. To some kind of a, even if it's just a little bit. So I always wonder, like, is it because, I don't know, sometimes it does seem like that cola will get bigger or the ones around it do or something, it's always different kind of shit happening.
Well,
Remember he broke them once?
Yeah.
He put them right in the soil.
Well, a perfect example of something breaking early on and it just like the plant looking beautiful is BPD is growing a plant, he's journaling over at Cocoa for Cannabis, and he snapped it early on, and that plant is just so big and beefy and beautiful, like it never even happened.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh shit. I got a hold of you.
Yeah.
This is that raspberry soul that was in my veg tent. I said I re-vegged it.
Yeah.
Whilst it was flowering and dusted it with pollen. Well, on that, it's been back in the 12 and 12. So it's now starting to fill out and frost up. It's not looking too happy. You got a lot of single leaves in there, but I don't think the pollen took, to be quite honest with you. I think it was a bit too old, a bit too dry.
Now, what makes you think that? Is it because all the pistils aren't turning yellow and curling in and shit?
Yeah, they did. A week later there wasn't still any orange hairs on it. So I normally find if you when you pollinate, they sort of like go orange instantly. Here's
seems like
here's one.
your phone's weird. It's upside down or something. What's going on? You guys see that? Why is it not flat?
Maybe if you turned it sideways, I don't know.
That was sideways.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's weird. I don't know. I mean,
it's not self-correcting. It's just
you might have the
It started making me dizzy. There you go.
there you go.
There you go. Now we can see the whole plant.
This is the first flower attempt of that new feeding line that it's in cocoa. This is a straw or the strawberry, them tall ones that were touching my lights on the last run. I liked it so much. I got another 3 of them still in veg, which I'm probably gonna try and pick the stinkiest one and take a load of clones. And I'm possibly gonna keep running these Amy wine cheeses until I get a male that I like the look of, and I'm gonna dust these strawberries with it because I like these so much.
Nice.
And yeah, got some good qualities. These ones, they got the anti-mold strain in these, so they'll be pretty good for outdoors, any high humidity situations. Yeah, things are coming along quite well, I think.
Looks great.
And the one I snapped off was that this is the pot we built up on the show.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the pot we
sweet.
built on the show. Look at it. Busted.
And that's it. That's not had no fertigation or anything. Just been water only. This one,
Yeah.
apart from I've probably foliated the whole lot once with silica, and I just before they went in, just before I flipped them, I gave them a fish mix, just if there's any deficiencies before flour, the fish little foliar feed, a fish mix will correct that before you. I like to have everything nice before I flip.
They look good, man. That's pretty cool that because if anybody doesn't remember, they can go back and check. I think we labeled it. I seen us building a dirt or building a soil pot or something. And yeah, it took off quick, man. You guys remember that? It was the cover crop really came up. It was like a week later. It was all busting out. So yeah, that's pretty cool to be able to see the pot being made with the stones in the bottom. Remember how you put the stones in and all that shit? And then we watched the cover crop come up and the plants come into it and the whole 9 yards. And now here we are watching it go through the vegetative phase. And this kind of this is almost hands-on experience. It's unparalleled, you know.
Exactly.
This is
Like really happening.
Real time,
Real time.
week by week by week. What's going on here?
right,
Cover
yeah,
crop.
there's 3 or 4 pepper plants there, and a whole load of different types of basil. I've got purple basil, lemonade basil, and some sweet basil. And you know, doing the research and the reading, using basil as a cover crop. So all the basil are going to get randomly planted throughout. I'm going to have the peppers growing up in here with all the different types of basil as well, to keep all the pollinators and the bugs something to feed on whilst there isn't anything prey for them to eat. If you have just a second, I'll go and show you my veg.
I want to say cheers to the chat while you're doing that. I see Artman, buddy. Artman's typing in the chat, always on the show, typing in the chat. What a good drummer he is. The American one, Supreme Great, Ryan Korkowski, going to Ghost, Mike B, W Digger, Weed Nerd. Everybody saw. Hey, they're liking your.
I'm glad that you're calling out their names because like I feel bad not tagging everybody that's saying hi to me, and I want Shinzal to know that I have big love and respect for y'all. Even if I don't get to type your name or say your name, you guys are freaking awesome, and I'm lucky to be hanging out with you.
Hey,
These are the
American something about. I wanted to say about the basil. We call it basil. It sounds weird. Basil.
Yeah. Right.
The basil is he said it's a terpene enhancer.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
It's a companion plant.
Yeah, these are the strawberries. These are the ones that I'm using that new feeding on. These are the 1 part salt in cocoa greenhouse feeding.
Well, they look like they like that feed. Your plants are looking beautiful.
The chat, that's what the chat's saying, that your plants look good, man. The same way whenever Artman had that up there. We'll have to show the American one and the aces again, Artman, when you get a chance later.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fine.
He wasn't here, man. Look at
That's
those.
cool.
These ones are the platinum assets. I germinated these ones on the show. These are from Bingus.
I remember.
He's doing well. I like to, if you follow Bingus, he's alive and kicking and loving life at the moment.
Oh,
That's always good to hear.
Bingus is always a good time.
That is awesome to
A
hear.
good message from Bingus, always positive, and he's a wise old soul, man. Oh, Bingus, I like him.
And these were totally wilted, droughted. You know, the leaves were down like that 2 days ago. I like to do that whilst I'm in veg. Give them a give them an opportunity to go and search out for the corners of the pot for the last bit of moisture that's in there. Yeah, and that's pretty much where I'm at. I'll probably, like I said, I'm gonna find this. These are all smelling quite nice actually, but I'm gonna take the stinkiest. I'm gonna vet or flour out the other one soon, and just probably take one of these to use as a mother. Do a bit of breeding. But yeah, that smells lovely. That dude.
Hey, I want to say hi to. I want to make sure Ryan knows that I got all kind of shit going on.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Hello.
we can't. They can't see your screen yet, Ryan, on the YouTube. We'll have to wait till we take this big screen off, and then I see a bunch of shit. I see a bunch of plants. I want to go over. Look at all that. But I also have a work call coming in. I'll be right back.
Well, I never get the day off, man.
Yeah. Never a dull moment, huh?
Yeah, never dull moment around here. Odd hours too. Are you done? Are you done giving us the tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was still on the big screen, but yeah, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much.
you are. But now I'm in the control. I'm running the show. I'm not as good as captain as Smart is, but I think that I'm going to replace the spotlight with Ryan Korkowski. How are you doing? You want to tell us what we're seeing, what's going on?
Oh, there's almost too much to name here. That I've got a bunch of different types going on here, but like this whole tray is blueberry muffin by Chili Bean.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Hey,
This
Ryan.
That
one-
sounds delicious.
This
Nice.
one is all Brandon Rust's Triangle Kush by NL5 by Lime 1 BX. And then this one is all blueberry muffin, I think, again. Maybe
yeah. I'm back. Oh wow, there's a lot in there. Look at that.
the ultraviolet pheno.
These are all regs, I take it.
Yep, there's a couple autos in here. I mean, a couple Fems, but they're all regular.
You got some two plants in a lot of those too, huh? Load
Yeah,
up.
a lot of these solo cups, I do that.
Yeah.
Then, if there's a weak one, then I pluck it. But because I mean, by the time they still growing the roots. They don't grow too much slower.
Right on.
But I had them available and handy. I like growing in these things really a lot. These little
Oh, those are nice.
condiment dispenser, whatever.
That's for ketchup and shit.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Good idea, man. I like the repurposing that.
And then you can you know how they're pleated. You can pull the pleats apart when you want to
Yeah.
plant them. You know, like this or whatever.
Yep, you can pop them right open. Oh, that's cool, man.
That's really badass.
And they're probably not porous enough to really hold a lot of roots and tear them all up, right?
No.
That's cool, man. I like you got little baby solo cups too. Shot glass.
Yeah. Damn cute. I love
Nice.
it.
And I just don't even put holes in the bottom of these because by the time I just I don't know, just throw water with them.
Hey, are you seeing any pest pressure early on yet? Being outdoors there?
Not really. Out in the open, I do. It's on some of the other plants here, but
This is cool, man.
yeah. Well, show you one here quick before I go back over there. I had to sequester this guy the other day.
This guy? Uh-oh. We got an imposter in the mix, huh?
You don't know it's a girls only club.
He's gonna be banging a lot of my bitches though.
Just that now, huh?
Yeah.
All right, on, man.
It's already flowering, so it's pretty dang early for here.
So if that's indicative of a good trait that's fine in the male, in your opinion? I don't know. I'm just.
Oh yeah, well, just the way that this thing was growing too. I mean,
It looks beefy. How old is it?
Maybe a month.
Oh,
It's-
shit.
It's
That's good.
and it's a wild pollen. It's a wild germination too.
Open pollinated seeds.
Yep, yep. And I found, I found it in situ or whatever, or where where it grew is where the seed landed, and where the bird shitted out, there's a deer or whatever.
Right on.
And
Nice.
this is another this little tiny male.
Is that a clone of that one or something different?
Nope, it's a totally different plant. So
Okay.
these are all. I've got a whole lot of feral hemp around here on this property. That's been growing here for 85 years or something.
Oh shit. Okay,
And-
that's cool. We just had this talk, Ryan, about the difference between wild hemp, heirloom, feral. What's the difference?
Oh, yeah.
What constitutes different names?
I call this an endemic, I would think. Some people, you could go as far as call it a landrace almost, but
Because it's been here so long, huh?
yeah, 85 years of natural selection.
Yeah.
But like last year, I only found, I think, 4 plants, and this year the conditions were just right, and I got about 40 or 50 of them probably.
Oh wow.
But these are the first 2 to flower. This one I noticed doing yesterday.
This brings up a couple other thoughts in my head here, Ryan, if I'm not cutting you off too quick, is that those being like I don't know if you wanted to refer to it as land race or heirloom or native or whatever because they've been there so long, but nonetheless, I feel like that plant and that seed is genetically geared to handle like your climate, your pest pressure, shit like that. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I think it's worth taking a note to think about that because I think that's a great idea to grab that male. Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's totally right.
It sounds legit, right?
Yeah,
Well, there's
I mean,
upsides, there's downsides too. I mean, you're getting the hemp is going to lower your THC, ain't it?
so when you cross, let's say, we'll call it a hemp and a marijuana plant. It's just like Mendel's peas or whatever, or like you picture like a rose of, if you have a red and a white rose, you cross those and then half the progeny will be pink, and then a quarter will be red and a quarter will be white. The same goes for crossing weed and marijuana, or hemp and marijuana, where half of the progeny will be like mids or whatever you want to call it, or boof, but then a quarter will be marijuana type and a quarter will be hemp type.
Right. I've heard
Yeah,
this.
get a quarter of them will be cannabis then. Oh, that's cool.
Well, they're
Thank
all
you.
cannabis.
I didn't know that. Well,
They're
yeah,
all
of
same
course, but yeah.
But
You're
then
going for this.
you can take that one line and keep working that one line all the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
But these are
Cool.
all feral.
autoflower gene is just like that. The
Like this one is a nice.
first
think
round of
it-
autos, you get like 25% autos, and then the second round you'll get 50. And once you get so far, I guess you can guarantee 100% of them are autos, but then the trait's recessive or whatever. So you have to keep. I don't know. I don't understand it totally, but I get that I get what you're saying about quarter of them. It's kind of weird how the math actually works.
And then this one here, I just noticed this morning is dropping balls on me already, I think.
I can't see,
Oh.
man. My damn TV
This
screen.
one right there by my fingertip.
Yeah, I can see it.
I see it. Yep, I see it.
But that's this one here. But these ones all just they grew right, or landed right next to each other. It's probably 4 beans in a pile of shit or something like that at one point years ago, because they can lie dormant for a while.
So just to be clear, you didn't plant these plants, right?
Nope. Nature did.
It's just come
Wow.
right up.
That's really cool.
Ain't that
But
the
there's
shit?
this line has never been worked on before, other than by animals that eat it. So you can see all the variation and just the leaf types between these 4 plants.
Yeah.
This one's got the really jagged ones.
That's pretty cool though. They grow wild there, man.
But these ones I top, so they got more tops and everything. But here's a natural growing one. Seems to be pretty stout. And there's a couple other ones on island I'm at here. I just found this one yesterday. This is like a giant hugel bed, basically. It's just a bunch of logs that have been stacked up here for 20 years or something. Yeah, there's just a lot of different types, a lot of different leaf types and shit. Here's another one.
You say there's 40 or 50 of those around, huh?
Yeah. I plucked most of them from the same area, but there, I'd say half a dozen of those ones were naturally planted there. And then the rest of them were all in a field. There's actually a field just right there. They were just out in the open.
Okay.
But then I've got some other ones on here that, I mean, these ones were all like maybe 6 inches tall when I plucked them, or when I took them out of the ground, transplanted them.
Ah, cool.
They're all just a little bit different. This one's loving life.
So when you transplanted them, it looks like maybe you put some good compost around them and shit to kind of help them along till they get.
I only did that. I just put this compost here, maybe, or it's not even compost. It's just muck from what I have left of my little pond right here.
Okay.
Some of it maybe is compost, so I kind of took it off the edge of the pile.
It's looking
it's,
nice
yeah.
dark, man.
There's some compost in it, I guess, but
So that's not real deep or anything there. You didn't like amend a nice area. See, I think when I planted outside, when I plant out in my backyard and shit, I want to take like a 5-gallon bucket area, dig it real deep. And
oh no, this is deep. This is another basically a hugel bed. Let's see where I got a shovel here.
the hugel bed, that's when you cover up the wood with the dirt and shit, with the soil and let it compost all out, right?
Yep. And that's what this is, only it's just natural. If you see, you can kind of see all the logs underneath it. But I mean, yeah, if I were to taken, here's a spot where that other little male was.
That shit's real fluffy and loamy, huh? It's like a lot of aeration and shit in that.
Worm for us right away.
Oh, yeah. Buy that in a bag, can you, Ron? Well, maybe you can, but it wouldn't be as cool as what you got there.
Yeah, it's really fluffy, really.
Yeah, I like that, man. Makes them seem like they grow. That's like the neighbor's bed up there. I gave some guy some seeds around here. That's why this crazy fucker, he's growing them right in his garden outside.
This what I'm sitting in is a pond in the spring. Like if you can see the water line right there is where the kind of the dead grass is, or whatever.
You're growing in a peat bog.
Kind of, yeah. And like
Awesome. You know, Dave Martin.
a whole bunch of leaf litter in here. Kind of already scraped a lot of it away, but I've been composting it. But like the top several inches of this is leaf litter or leaf mold, basically. There's a good spot where it's just like that.
Ooh, I gotta take it off the big screen. I'm getting dizzy.
Dave Martin said, could he have found the gorilla grower's old grow area? Is that a possibility that like maybe?
No, it's hemp. It's the landowner here has told me stories when he back in the 50s when he was a kid, seeing just the fields of it out in front of the barn.
Okay.
That was probably when you could still grow hemp for ropes and shit. Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
like,
they grew it here in like the early teens, late 1800s, early teens, early 20s, up until 1937, with the Marijuana Prohibition Act or whatever.
at one point,
But then they brought it. So then, like in 1937, they went and they tried eradicating it, and doing that just almost even spread it even worse. But then and then in World War II, they had what they called the Hemp for Victory drive, because war, I guess. But and they made a lot of farmers around here grow. So a lot of farmers, for like a year or two there, grew it again. But this is likely from that Hemp for Victory drive. But it could be, and I'd like to think that it's the older stuff.
Right.
But like when I brought them from the field, they were all little tiny ones like this. I think I've got there's a video of it somewhere, but they're basically all like this little one here. But I just kind of planted them here in the shade to do some, just to kind of, because being lazy, I didn't want to put them in the sun right away, so they would die on me. And they're not really growing that huge out here right now. But if I were to, like, I'm going to, one of my plans for the day, hopefully, is to get a lot of these into those hugel beds, because they actually get a lot more sun just just that far away. Like, here's a few of them I just discovered last week that are still wild. I still haven't plucked them yet, but these ones are almost getting gobbled up by the vegetation around them and shit. You can see they're getting kind of light
Oh,
colored and shit.
I see.
Here's another one that I gotta save. Yeah, I know.
Well, that's
Fun
cool.
stuff.
Transplant the mound.
It'd be cool to watch them grow the rest of the year out. I'm not sure where you're at, and I'm not gonna ask, but hopefully you'll have a good enough length of season left that you can get some get them to fruition there, you know, make it worth your efforts.
And then maybe in the off season, you got all that mud. They're talking about mud wrestling in the chat. Maybe host a mud wrestling tournament in your area.
Down in the peat bog.
Here's some hillbilly herb autos.
Oh, awesome.
Hillbilly herb, good growing in the community. That's awesome.
Yes.
This is one that I put in way too small of a pot. It's just in a little like gallon bag. Look at that one fucking worm action, huh? That's right. I don't need to fucking worm a compost. That's just the ground here.
Oh, they're all up in there.
But this one started flowering early, but she's already a nice little fat bud with cottonwood fucking fuzz all over it. I gotta check every day.
Yeah, I heard that cottonwood's son of a bitch, man. You get some wind, and especially if you're got sticky buds there.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool, man. You got a nice property there, somewhere to grow. You got a little place to call your own, and that's your zen. I can tell, man. I can hear it in your voice. You enjoy what you're doing there.
oh yeah, there's another part of it too on the other side of across the way, I should say, but
Nice.
see if my little mascot's in here or not. There he is.
Oh, I'm coming. What is it? A frog? I can't see.
No, he eats frogs for breakfast.
Oh,
Eat
okay.
it.
Is it a snake?
Nope.
Turtle.
So there was like
Little turtle.
Oh, it's a turtle.
It's so
we just did a
cool.
little back dive there.
He took a dive. That's cool. You made
But,
it natural.
Yep. Well, like I say, this was a really big pond here, and there was just in this little hole, there was like I don't know, maybe 50 little painted turtles, different
damn.
species.
That's awesome.
But those they all left when they were about like the size of a 50-cent piece, because this one was like, this is my little pond, you know, and nothing else stuck around.
So they want to find another pond. Check him out.
Yep,
That's
or they got eaten on their way to try to find one. But there's lakes within. I mean, there's a lot of lakes around here, so
that's cool, man. You got a little garden helper there.
see if he dives. Oh yeah, he just did a backflip himself. Yeah, this puddle was damp, to the point where I couldn't get another 5-gallon bucket of water out of it just the other day, and now it's, I don't know, good 16, 18 inches deep again. Gonna probably stay that tall even if I keep taking water out of it, because the water table raised that much from the rain we had last night.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey, I wanted to tell everybody that in the chat, the American one posted that link to the companion plants for basil, or companion plants for cannabis. Basil is the one of them.
I saved that. Thank you.
I see.
Tal, that's awesome. He puts those gems in the them gems in the chat.
This shit here too is fucking awesome. This stinging nettle.
What's that?
Stinging nettle. They say that raises terpenes too in plants around it.
No shit. That's pretty cool. I tend to believe that too, man. That's pretty well known, I think, isn't it? That's not like some bullshit.
No, I don't think it is.
You know how you hear a bunch of shit It's like, damn, man, I thought that was real. You know how much shit I heard and I thought was real, and then I found out it was bogus.
Oh yeah. And I've got a lot more other little plants that are in another spot here, but hopefully they'll all be getting touched by that male there, or vice versa.
Smiley's Garden posted something about earlier about tomato plants as a companion plant or something,
Yeah,
or other companion plants too. Like the three sisters would be companion plants because they help each other out or whatever.
Exactly.
And then there's yeah. Hey, what's up, sweet person? How you living, bud? Nice to see you.
What's up, you guys and lady? I'm just sitting here trimming, and sorry I'm late. Had some stuff going on. I was enjoying watching Ryan's tour. It's pretty cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask, trimming isn't as bad now that you have to put your trim in your Mogobe tray and get that dry sift, huh?
No, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. Like I'm looking, I got 2 jars left and I'm very excited still.
Yeah, I was shocked at how much return I was getting from what material I was putting in there with little effort. They're like very little work involved.
Yeah,
I'm thinking a lot easier than doing it bubble.
I hate bubble hash. I bought several sets of bags. I tried it a couple different times and it never like yielded much. And I just hated the whole process of getting wet and sticky and shit. And so then this is amazing.
Exactly. It's cleaner, I think. It's like less, it's easier to clean up when you're done.
Yeah.
And the product is fire, man. I put that shit in my bowls. I'll sprinkle it in joints. I want to press it.
I put that shit on everything. It's like basket.
Plus, like I'm thinking, like after you sift it like that, then I would like to process the sift into some oil, and I bet I'm not going to get that horrible flavor of all the like chlorophyll. I think that's what I'm getting a lot of in the process that we're using, the recipe we're using, and I don't like the flavor. I can't even stomach it. So if I could get rid of that flavor and just taste the terpenes of it, then that's like I don't know, I might be doing it wrong or whatever, but I get a strong like. My aunt buys CBD oil online and it tastes exactly like that.
Shit.
It's like the
Yeah.
same. It's
they pay $70.
Like when I taste, she's like, this stuff was really good. If you don't like it, maybe you like this. So I tried hers and I'm like, it tastes exactly the same. It's so nasty.
Dude, they spend $75 an ounce.
An ounce on this stuff. Seriously. It's like
A fluid ounce. Like a little eyedropper bottle.
Milliliters.
Is that what it is? 30
Yeah,
milliliters?
yeah.
Okay.
It's an ounce. It's a shot glass full.
It's just an eyedropper. I was thinking, damn, for CBD. Now, what's the markup on that?
So I worked at a company that sold CBD products, and it was like a legit company out of Colorado. They did like they made legit products, right? It wasn't some sketchy gas station brand. And we were charging. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just waiting to hear.
She was agreeing. She said,
Yeah. So sorry. I thought my connection went out or something. So we would sell 1 fluid ounce for I want to say $60, and then it was like we had different milligram amounts. So I think the small one was like 5,000 milligrams in the bottle, and then it went up to like 250,000 milligrams or something crazy like that for the big bottle. And it's if it's good quality, that much, like if they have other ingredients in there and stuff too, is also a reason why the price might be that high. But if it's some sketchy brand that has like, no backing on it, that can't explain to where their shit comes from and all that, then I wouldn't pay for it in the first place. I don't know.
I'm not sure where online she's getting it or what state. All I know is it is working for her, so I'm all for it. If that's, I wish I could grow CBD. She'll take some of my oil, but not much because she doesn't want to get high. She just wants to use it for severe pain that she's in. She takes CBD every day and she said it helps out a lot. So I'm down for that, right? That looks beautiful. That is getting, oh, damn. You're getting a lot. That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm still dumbfounded. So I got 2 more jars to trim, but yeah, I was just gonna sit here and trim these and hang out. But I can show you this real quick if you want. So I got these 2 autos that fucking one exploded and just, it's like 5 foot tall. And then the other one is just starting to bolt.
Rocking and rolling over there. Holy shit. You went from the
And
smallest.
this is
to the longest.
the sprayed branch right here.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
it's taking a beating, hasn't it? How many times you sprayed? No, I think I asked this before. What are we doing?
Oh, it's been like at least 10 days now, but you give it 3 to 4 sprays on the branch itself, not the leaves.
Oh shit, on the branch
We'll see if
itself.
it
That
works.
really blows me away. That's just registering with me. On the branch, not the leaves.
Yeah.
that really
So I
opens up a
spray
lot.
it like right in here. I try to hit the new growth. Like this was all the way down here when I started. I don't know if you go back on my Instagram, you can see it's like this size right here.
Yeah.
And then this whole branch grew out. So I started spraying down here. And then as it grew, all the new growth got sprayed as well.
Gotcha. Right on. Looking forward to paying attention to that. There's the freak.
I topped all these last night.
One of the tops.
Weird.
No, they were just little shoots. These are slow growing for some reason.
Wow.
They look wicked.
But
That
I'm
is
trying to
like-
get some side branching. There's like no side branching on these.
I feel like you're growing celery or something.
Yeah, it like
Right.
it just blows my mind that that's cannabis.
It does look like celery. You're right.
I think these are my favorite right here.
Seed person always got some wild ass shit going on in his tent. Look, he got the biggest
I
one.
know.
He got the longest auto and the shortest auto in the same frame. And some
Yeah, it's
celery,
like the top.
upside down clones, celery weed or freak show weed.
It's never a dull moment. That's for sure.
Shit's getting
Well,
sprayed.
thank you.
Hey, he got a looks like a cat collar on one leaf on the one branch there. You know when your cat
What?
has the collar on
Oh
there?
yeah,
It looks like it's in
one of those animal calming collars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. See,
Oh yeah, the cone of shame.
What's those 2 little ones there in the front?
So this is the parlay from Scrubs, and it looks a little rough, but I haven't really been paying attention to these too much. This is the Maid of Honor from 2020.
Cool.
And I got some basil here. Everybody's growing basil, it seems like. This is curly leaf basil, or spicy saber is the actual name for this strain.
How many kinds of basil is there? I guess there's a lot because I've already heard of like 4.
Yeah.
So that's just indicative of there being shit tons of that basil.
And that stuff smells so good and good addition to any garden.
Are you growing basil because you think it's going to enhance the terpenes, or is it just something you do?
I just like it. I use it in my food a lot. So I used to buy just the basil plant at the grocery store. Like they would sell it basically like a rooted clone because they had them all hydroponic. It was like a hydroponic basil farm, and it came in a sleeve and all the roots were at the bottom. And there was like a little pool of water down there, and then you would take it out and chop it up and throw away the roots or whatever in the stems for your food. But I was rooting them, and they just didn't do very well. So I started some from seed over here.
Right on.
Yeah, so that's what I got. The other tent's in dark right now, but there's pictures up on my Instagram. So
Right. And you're putting in some work doing some trimming, huh?
and I got this train wreck. It smells awesome. Here, I'll show you a bud real quick.
How's the pollen coming?
Oh
Anything?
yeah, the pollen. So there is some pollen. I think the humidity was too high in the little box, so I took the top off it, and now I'm starting to see pollen dropping.
Excellent.
There's a bud.
Nice.
What do we got?
That's
Nice.
It's a train wreck, and it smells like a fucking Pine Sol Lemon Pledge, some sort of cleaner.
Oh, I like
Mm-mm.
that. So you're getting that like.
It's almost like a
chemical-
caustic.
Yeah. It,
Yeah.
like, burns your nose a little bit with the terpenes. Like that I like when that happens.
Sorry.
Getting burned up when you're just smelling.
Ah, it looks solid too.
Oh, they're all these buds are super dense. So I'm really
Nice.
happy with this grow.
Congrats.
You got all these fucking jars over here.
Wow.
Success.
That
That's
is
what
awesome.
I
Yeah. So
My
medicine
press
for
is
another couple
screaming at me.
months.
My press wants to squish your buds.
Bartman has a squish fetish.
Hey, you know, that's you know, a good feeling to have all those jars and have it like stockpiled. Cash.
Yeah.
It's like having cash on deck.
Well, you notice he always has the experiments in one tent, and then the other tent's like always like, so he's like
yeah.
us, a lot of times we'll make sure that one tent is solid before we try to do like autos in the other or whatever it is we're trying to branch off and do different. I like that because if you have jars full, you kind of relax a little bit. If you don't have a bunch of jars full, man, it's like shit, you know, that's your,
Yeah.
no one wants to run out. Or if you get down to just the shittier buds, because we all have a few jars sitting back that we ain't crazy about, but we don't want to get rid of them just in case everything hits the fan, you know? And it's like,
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because there is a plant, a strain that went through the canitrol. It went through the tent, went through the canitrol, and it totally freaking sucks.
horrible.
I can't even roll it into a joint. It will not burn and it won't get me high.
Smells
I'm
great.
shocked. I'm like shocked by it. We gave it to someone that has very little tolerance and just got back into smoking, and they put it in a bowl and it's getting them high and they're getting it to burn. Because I was like, dude, I'm sorry, we gave you some really shitty weed. He's like, what are you talking about? That shit's fire. It gets me high. I'm like, how are you burning it?
He likes the smell of it, and it doesn't smell bad, but it's just not. I don't know
It
what it is.
smells great. And
We've
it's
all been there.
when I rolled it, cut it up, sticky, made my fingers smell great. And when I try to fire it up, it won't stay burning. And it's not because of my roll, because I had Smart roll me a joint too, just to, double check. And it won't stay burning and it does not get me high. It's so weird.
Hey, our tent's about to go out. I forgot. It goes off at 1. I want to run in and show them guys real quick what's going on. So I'll be ready.
See what you got.
And then if you want, well, the other tent really makes our house stink bad. Like it's getting to that point where we don't like to open the tent up because it just makes that room smell. And we're just adding another sense of danger. I don't want to be stinking up the whole neighborhood. But
Yeah, I get paranoid about that too. I'll go outside and have a cigarette and then come back inside and sniff around and shit and see if I can like notice it.
Yeah.
When I used to wet trim, that was the biggest problem.
Yeah, that'll make, like, we have to close down the house. We can't, we have to make sure we're not going out and for that day when we're trimming because, well, you know what? I was really glad to be smelling the neighbor kid's weed coming from his backyard. I'm thinking that's nice. That's covering up for us.
There you
I'm
go.
so glad for that, ladies,
There he
so-
is. Who is that masked man?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Don't yell.
Yeah.
We can hear you fine.
There you go. All right.
Turn your phone sideways.
Yeah. Thank you, Arthur.
I've been waiting to say that.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy. I would have slept on that one. Hey, this is that one that my wife dug up out of the outside yard and transferred to Coco. You guys might remember this from last week. It was we potted it up, and so you can see it's going pretty good. And it's a cross that we accidentally made here, as we mentioned before. It was a Mac that hermed, a Mac feminized hermed, and it pollinated. This was an apple fritter. It was the only seed in the whole plant. She got it to go, and we're going to rip through it and see what happens. I'll probably top it here, but maybe right before we flip, it'll be a little different than these ones. But anyhow, moving right along. This is the second. This is the one that's probably the runtiest. This one's as old as the majority of the other ones. It's a little bit shorter. I haven't done much to it just because it was kind of, it's MK Ultra. And it's still growing natural. All right. This has got to be the Northern Lights, and it's a wicked cool strain, man, because, yeah, this is Northern Lights. Look how one half of it is so much bigger than the other half. Like these nodes are monstrous, but the other one stayed real short, so we started cutting them off on this side. We're just going to have one big half of a plant sticking out over here. Kind of odd, but it's cool to see. I'll set that out of the way.
It'll be side heavy.
This one here has been like the biggest dickhead of all the whole time. This is the Ghost Train Haze. Hasn't been happy. All the other ones came back and are doing great. This one here just seems to kind of be a little bit tricky. We did a few things to it, but nothing too major. I think I saw.
Tricky.
It is tricky. All right, this is the oldest plant here. This is another plant we made. That same Mac that hermed and got another plant pollinized. This was a mimosa that it pollinated, and it's a lot older than the others, but it has some purple stems. It went through a little rough phase. We've been trying. We cut a bunch of leaves off early, trying to hold it back, and you can see now that.
If you want, like, we were feeding it nutrients while it was in the autoflower tank for a minute.
Right.
Because of her age. And then, then we switched her back to what we were doing with them. And so, yeah, she's been through a little bit of torture.
These plants are all on a 0.6 EC right now, getting 2 times a day fertigation. We removed nodes 1 and 2 on them, and we topped them on the show last week. We got some tops coming. And then one more, and I'll be out of your hair. Oh, this is the Godfather OG here. It's got a nice little flat canopy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, do you want to tell them what densities we're running? Because Brian 420 asked what our light is cranked up to.
Our light is
I
the
can't
Photon
remember.
Tech. Our light is the Photon Tech X465 watt Pro. It's on 50%. It's about I'd say 12 or 14 inches if I had to guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a little more than that above them. And I think the highest one was getting like 670 or something.
Right, I remember now. I think
Something
we
like that.
we
Maybe
started
close
on.
to 700. But the heat's been a real bitch, man. Giving me a hard time with the heat and the humidity. So, that's what we were talking about earlier, Brian. We're trying to do the best we can. We need to make some adjustments so we can really fine tune everything. But I wouldn't want to press them too much harder right now anyhow, man. If you guys remember, they was a little bit grumpy about a week ago. And so we feathered them back fairly nicely, I thought. Maybe a little longer than a week ago. They were sick, but I've been just kind of easing them back.
So you got 2 minutes till that light goes out. You want to tell them what we're flipping that?
I missed that. Oh, the flip. Yeah, we're going to flip maybe, I figure when we can fill 1/3 of the canopy with the leaf matter we have right now, we should be able to flip and kind of spread them out to fill the whole thing. So we're getting pretty close to that. Maybe Wednesday's show. If we continue vigorous growth from now to Wednesday, we'll flip them that day. And then we can see how they flower out in these 1-gallon pots. You just want to see the other tent while I'm in here?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Just give me 1 minute, all right?
Sure, take your time. I posted a picture to or I mean, I'm gonna be posting a journal update. I try to get some measurements on the. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna try to find which. We'll just leave him on the big screen because I know just in a second or so he's gonna have that other tent open. I'll start to smell it here in a minute. So let's get that. There we go. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
I'm going to admit XYZ Vector is going to be joining us. So I'll say hello to him while Swat is getting set up to show our Spring Autoflower Challenge tent. It's getting really smelly in there.
Is XYZ here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, it was late night last night. Having too much fun with out in the Orlando nightlife.
Oh, sounds fun. Hey, I don't know if you guys remember when we super cropped that last Sunday. I think it was. Look at that thing, how it's grown now.
That's interesting.
It just like we folded over and it just now made like a U. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a little U shape, J shape. That's pretty cool. Looking pretty good. You guys are getting some good stackage on your flowers there.
Yeah, thank you. Now the crystal pinkman there, she's fat, but her stem is just so small. I'm gonna post a update to my journal later, and I got like a lighter down there and compared the three. Well, he's gonna do it right now.
Yeah, that's a nice stem.
That's a nice stem. That's a sticky dicky, and that's the other sticky dicky.
Okay, looking good. Looking good, but back in the back. Look at that little one.
Yeah, that's a crystal pinkman that just was she was runty from the start. We didn't know if she was even going to make it. Because the original plan was to do one crystal pinkman and one sticky dicky. And we popped 2 seeds of each and then
They took off.
I don't have the heart to kill them. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's hard to good temps. You guys must be blasting that AC, man, because it's sticky out there and hot.
Yeah, we're constantly blasting that air conditioner, and then it lights out. We switch over the dehuey.
Yeah, because you get that humidity spike every time.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yes, and then and then the dehumidifier creates heat. Then eventually, at some point, we have to go switch it back, and we just have to upgrade our equipment. And I think we'll be okay.
Well, you'll make it through the season, hopefully.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to make it work no matter what. We'd like to start growing in the summer months, or that's why we started that little tent, that other tent that we were just on those photo periods. To see, change up our equipment and just to see. Fill those jars, make a bigger pool to pull from, more variety. You guys know what I'm talking about. The more variety, the better. If you can go in and have like a choice of like 30 different strains and you got a few jars of them, I think you're balling. I want to be balling like that.
I'm not there yet. I just started. I'm only in my 3rd grow, so I don't have jars. I just have bags. Darn it.
Hey, you're going to get there. You're going to get there sooner than you think. Because I remember them days. We were starting out,
Yeah, it sucks, man.
You get better and better. And then,
It's nice when you realize I never have to buy cannabis the
Yeah.
rest of my life if I don't want to,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the good thing, XYZ. You're putting making your own product. You're smoking your own product where you know exactly what went on that plant, how it's called.
And let's be honest, there's a real certain pride that comes along with that. And like, oh, here's a good story. I want to tell them real quick. It's only gonna take me 2 minutes. So I'm working in this job and take a lunch break. Me and my brother go walking down through this field and it's in the backyard. And I noticed there's a garden there with tomatoes and different shit growing. So we fire up a joint of Violet Beauregard and we're smoking. And I'll be damned if there wasn't a dude sitting in a chair that we didn't even see him, like off to the side in the bushes. And as soon as we did see him, we hurried up and butted it out. And he come walking by, said hi, and we got to talking about his garden. He I don't know if he smelled it and that's why he did this, but he was like, I used to have some cannabis plants in there, some weed plants, he said. And he goes, but they never made it far. Deer eat them and everything else, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, well, we were token on a number here. Would you like to hit it? He says, yes. So we finished that half a joint with him and he loved it, man. And so the next day he come over, he gave me a big head of lettuce and shit out of his garden. He was like, I appreciate that. And so I brought some more weed back, smoked with him again, and I gave him a joint. And so when I saw him, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he said, that's some of the best weed I've smoked in a long time, man. He goes, I smoked out on that joint like 5 times. And he goes, and I got my roommate high off of the roach. And it made me feel real good, man. I was like, this is awesome. And I gave him some seeds, right? And he threw them in that garden. And he said, I'm going to grow them right there and shit. So I thought that was cool. I never told the dude that I grow or anything like that. He just knows that.
But he's gonna grow seeds right in his garden. And I was thinking, damn.
We made it indicative to him that we kind
I
of
hope he sees that.
right. That we kind of don't grow in a house, I guess, you know. And he kept talking about growing in sunshine, and I just kept agreeing with him. I was like, yeah, you know. But yeah, I just thought it was cool to get some feedback on our buds because we never really do. And he's an old hippie, you could tell, man. He's kind of retired, just living with another old hippie person, and they kind of just have a garden and do their thing, and it's pretty cool. But I don't know, we never get any outside feedback.
Yeah, exactly. We don't get much. Let's just say that, you know. And some of the people that were, you know, getting high have been on a sabbatical of weed, and they're, you know.
I got excited. I was like, shit, I want to bring up a joint every day of different strains to smoke with you.
You're
Yeah.
proud. Hey, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with being proud, man.
I was thinking like
Good
this is my
stuff.
guinea pig, but then I was also thinking, who's going to want to say, nah, that shit sucks or something and hurt your feelings if you're coming to smoke free weed with them. So it's still a biased opinion, but nonetheless, I mean, I could tell when the first hit he took off of, he was like, oh yeah, that tastes really good, man. You know, that was legit. You could tell the honesty there and shit, but I had no reason to discredit him, but I just thought it was cool. And it made me dream of like, I can't wait till I could do this with all kind of people that we see in me on the way, you know, not just the old hippie that kind of busted me and my brother smoking a joint, I guess.
Well, what we do is we make me and Humbleweeds, we make cookies and brownies, and then we send them off to her friends. She's got some friends with some medical issues, and yeah, they love the cookies we send them. I mean, I just went through my last brownie, man. It's like, damn it, what do I do now? I'm in Orlando, but I guess this is a green state, so I guess I could go get something if I really wanted to.
But it does come with a certain level of pride to be able to smoke your own bud. Even now that we're doing outside garden shit, that's pretty badass too, man. These last 4 summers of gardening outside, very rewarding.
So, quick question, not to change subjects, but on your outside garden, how's it coming out? How's it looking? You start you're growing some tomatoes and peppers, right?
Well,
Oh yeah.
I can take it down and show it to you if you want.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see what you got
because
rocking.
like the beans on the fence, it's actually working, and I'm so excited. Next year we're going to be on top of it and get them like up sooner, but that experiment is like going to work, and next year I'll have my whole fence. It's a big long fence too. We're going to be eating lots of beans and peas.
Yeah, because we got
Beans and peas.
Oh yeah.
Hartman is the only person on the screen, and everybody's getting a full of those Flow OGs and Amy Aces there. We never
I
did
was
get
wondering why.
we got to get, I don't know if the American one's still here, but if you want to show your things again, I'm going to get ready to go outside and show you our
All right.
card.
Can do. Let me turn off my DU.
All I get is a photo right now because it's nighttime. But yeah, let's check you out, Art.
All right. I'll do it again. I already did the tour once. This is NERC, New England Rock Candy here on the lower level.
Okay.
First floor, New England Rock Candy. Second floor,
She's stacking.
Amy Aces. Amy Aces getting very, very tall.
Yep. Looking good. Looking
Lots-
good.
Lots of fat buds coming on in, filling up. Still got 3 weeks left, just about. And back there on the third floor is Flow OG, but that's strictly for breeding. So, but if Tao's in chat, there it is, buddy. Looking good.
That's a nice looking one. They're looking good. My next grow is going to be Amy Aces. I've already got the seeds coming.
Well, I got some Violet Beauregard coming from Smart and Crispy, so that's great. I can't wait to get that in here either.
It should
I
be
feel
arriving.
honored.
But yeah, that Amy, man, she's impressive. I can't wait to grow her again.
Well, everybody likes her. I hope she.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for the hash and the keef. It's supposed to be a big producer, so that should be really nice.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Rowdy washed a lot of Amy hash. He got a lot too. So,
Yeah, I know. I kept all of my Amy's trim in the freezer, or I'd be dry sipped in that. You know, I wish I could have. I wish I would have just saved it like that. But when we lost a freezer, we lost all of the Amy Aces trim and the Matanuska Thunder trim, and that was a hurt piece, man. Because
You lost the fridge?
we had a deep freezer. We bought a generic brand at Sam's Club, which we now know better. Don't get the generic off-name brand because it literally made it like a year and a half, and then one day I went down the freezer and everything was thawed out, and it just stopped working. And that's the one thing I cared about losing was
All your
all
trim,
that
yeah.
trim. Plus, I had my my wedding bouquet in there.
now that's the important thing. That was the most important thing in there.
Yeah, I
Aw,
tried to do
man.
that, but
Oh,
you know what? It's okay. Oh, Mimsy's gonna help Smot show the garden. I'm gonna put him here.
speaking of which, happy belated anniversary. I missed your Wednesday show.
Thank you very much.
Of course, happy. Oh. Hey,
All right.
can
Yeah,
you hear me?
hear
Yep.
you. So let's show this veggie garden.
I can't see my screen. Hold on a second.
Yeah, take your time. You're good. You're good.
It's nice
a
and bright
view
out
of our-
there.
Yeah, there's a view of our grass.
You know who this is?
Mimsy. Yeah, she's
Mimsy.
Pretty girl, Mimsy, huh? Mama's on the screen.
hey Mimsy.
Good girl.
Okay, let's get to these gardens. We got Levels Grow Room joined us. Welcome.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, man.
Hell yeah, sorry I'm late.
Oh no, better late than never is what I always say to everybody. Or
Yeah,
It's all
fashion.
good.
It was good to see y'all on my live. I just did a little quick live this morning. I appreciate everybody who came out. We had a great show.
Yes, you did. It was fun times hanging out.
Thank you. How's it going? Who's showing right now? Those are tomatoes?
Smart showing our tomatoes, but you're freezing up. Smart. I don't know if you're getting too far away or there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, we have tomatoes, some peppers, some broccoli growing.
I heard broccoli was hard to grow.
our broccoli's really good. It's ready to harvest. I got to do that today.
Hell yeah.
You know, they said that like if you cut it in an angle right at like a couple inches below the main head of broccoli, that it can grow again, like lettuce. Like if you leave that main root ball in there, it'll grow side shoots of lettuce.
Really?
Yes, celery's the same way. Like I took a celery stalk, I cut it in half to get two celeries, and it's actually working. But
Right, right.
it's up on us a little bit.
He must be on the Wi-Fi out there.
Yeah, because like it's very sketchy. I don't know if you can hear us, but he's gonna go over and show those beans and how they're growing. They're really starting to take off. I'm so excited because they're gonna grow right up that fence. I'm hoping it creates like a
green fence.
Yeah, a green fence. I'd like to have a green fence all the way down.
Yeah, it'll happen. Give it enough time.
Yeah, that way, like it will hide the driveway. And, yeah.
Give you a little bit of privacy back there.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, looking good.
Those are
Everything.
snappies. So we started
Everything.
all of this late. Next year, we're gonna try to do it indoors in the basement. So
Right, right. Everything looks happy and healthy over there.
yeah, we're happy. Things are going pretty good out in the outside garden. And you know what's nice about it is I never have to worry about the humidity and the temperature being right.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's true. Outdoors is always, well, not always good. I mean, I couldn't grow stuff like that where I live. So
Hey, I'm
we
gonna
grow.
I'm gonna put you on the spotlight, XYZ, so we can see.
Yeah, it's unfortunately a picture. Yeah, but I mean, they're getting tall.
Sorry.
So yeah, on the right's my Afghan. I mean, not my Acapulco Gold. She's getting tall.
Whoa.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So, and then on the left is Magnum. Magnum smells a lot better than the Acapulco, but that was 2 weeks ago when I was home to actually smell it. This is from yesterday, so they're getting big.
Yeah, they are. They're getting nice and big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these people on the CFC challenge, man, they got some nice looking plants. It's like, man, I want the biggest, but I don't think I'm
I
gonna
know.
win.
And you know what? I'm gonna enter just because I want to be a part of it. It's fun. I know I'm not gonna win, but you know, it's still fun to put them out there because you know I'm proud of those Crystal Pinkman buds. They're starting to fatten up nice, and I just know she's gonna be a nice producer.
Right.
So which one do you think is going to be better, the Crystal Pinkman or the Sticky Dickies?
You mean as far as like thicker buds, like heavier weight and stuff? I think the Crystal Pinkman, man, she just looks fatter. Her buds look fatter. I'm gonna try to get some side by sides for my journal, but the buds are just filling in quicker. She has the smallest stem, but the biggest buds.
Right.
Now you what do you think is going to have the best quality smoke?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know because like in the past experience has proven anything to me that the frostiest, most attractive looking plant in the tent doesn't mean it's the best smoke.
Not always.
Not always. So until it's all down and cured, you just don't know unless you've had past experience.
Right.
We've never the Sticky Dicky. We've never smoked a Crystal Pinkman. We have, however, tried the apple fritter and mimosa from Homegrown Cannabis Seed Company, and those two plants, Smott and I agreed, are the best, the most fire we've ever grown. They're like as far as
top five for sure.
Yeah, top five.
For sure.
It's like a MSN and like you know Taos is right up there. Like, but you know,
I'll say this. until the laws change and shit, I'll dedicate no more space to autoflowers from moving forward from after this row here.
Why? I mean, I have my reasons.
Take it to the bank, man. I won't. Hey, I see levels in X, Y, and M. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, man.
No,
Well-
Is that a picture? Yeah, you're not at home.
no, but
No,
For me?
No, I was talking X, Y, Z. You had a picture
Oh,
of us because he's not at home.
I got you.
Hey, we left our broccoli go too long, man. It's
Really?
all up. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It looks like it's going to seed and stuff. It has yellow flowers popping out and stuff. I see it really happened quick though, man. They only took a couple weeks and they were like, I was like, damn, that looks just like what's in the store. You know, but I was thinking like that was really quick. It must get huge, you know. Well, I guess it must have been. They said you can harvest them like 3 times. You get the big
Really?
couple side shoots and shit. I did not know this. So we're gonna have to cut those today, maybe, and see if they're any good.
oh yeah, we're gonna definitely.
Hey, what happens if you cut them late and eat them? They don't like make you gas, make you sick or taste like shit.
I
I
guess-
really don't know. Way too long.
I want to make broccoli cheddar soup with it, with some of it.
I'll show my yard here in a second if y'all want.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
We look forward to that.
Give y'all an update.
I'll get to see the plants. Art Man's plan.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, there's Hillbilly Herb having a hard time, man.
You know what's that? That's like.
I know exactly what that's like.
Yeah, how many of us too? Really? We're all down like that.
That's the type of pain that you can't do. Like you're stuck
Oh.
not moving. You're just not moving.
The last day or two, I've been worried because my steroids was a 5-day rip on them steroids. It took care of the pain, but now I'm like waiting for it to wear off and see if it's going to come back. And I'm like waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I know that all of you understand that feeling. That oh man,
yeah. I mean, drywall's tough, man. Carrying all the whatever.
Rocking is tough. You're right.
Yeah.
It is. It's hard work.
And you're on your feet all day, and you got up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder.
I wear stilts, man, a lot because I'm already 6'5", and if I wear stilts, I don't have to build scaffolding.
Oh,
That
well,
saves
that's
me
nice.
time. That saves me
Oh,
time.
that's more than nice. Are you kidding? I
Yeah.
worked for years sheetrock, and I'm only 5'10", so it makes a big difference if you can reach all the way up. That would be
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. It saves you a lot of time.
It makes you the weak spot right at the middle area around the hip spot when you're tall and you're doing that shit, man. And you bend over and it's just like leverage comes into play or how whatever that is,
Absolutely.
Yeah, your middle back becomes the fulcur, man, and it just messes it up.
Sure can.
But we do keep moving forward and try to,
But I do have to say that when Smot is on stilts and there's children around, they flock to him like it's crazy.
That would be great. I'd love to see that. I bet it
Yeah.
is too, because it's so funny for kids too.
Oh,
The
yeah,
giraffe,
I
a
have the
human
garage-
giraffe.
Yep. I had the garage door at one time. I was plastering, and these kids come running down the road after the school bus. And then they started all coming back to the job after they went and dropped off their backpacks. And their little kids are like, "Pick me up. Can you pick me up? I want to see." I'm like, "Oh, here comes the mom." I'm like, "Holy shit." But yeah, there's been a few times where like the kids at the house are like, or the parents will see and be like, "Oh, hold on. I got to go get my kid to check this out." You know what I mean? They know that's going to be cool, but yeah, it's always fun. That's a good part of it. Level's ready to show his shit off over there.
Yeah, let's check out level stuff.
All right.
We got.
See what we got.
tried to talk Smart into letting me fashion him some pants so that we can get him joining the local parade.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
No,
Someone-
he says no though.
Someone to see me and not push me down.
So this is can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So this is my wandering Jew. There's actually like 2, 3 different species of Jew in here. You got the green and the white. You got the all green, and then you got the classic, the purple and the green. And I literally have had this for like a year now. And I've pulled so much plants off of this. My mom actually, when she started this, she used to take this and start hanging baskets from this one, and she'd take them out and sell them for like $15-20 a piece at the farmers market.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's a mother plant. A money,
Yep.
that's a money maker, your golden goose.
Yeah, well, not no more, but yeah. This y'all remember this? Look how much this was a little puppy when I planted this. Y'all remember that, huh?
Yeah, it's growing like a wow.
That-
That's impressive.
This little snake plant, this one that I'm touching, was this big. It was like way down here. It was underneath this one, and now it's like bullying the big one. Same thing with this one. One of these was real small.
Now, will
But
they
every-
take over? Like, are they, like you said, bully? Will they like just take over the space, or will they all
Um,
share?
I'm not sure. I wasn't even expecting the snake plants to blow like that. I should have, because I know they get kind of long leaf. I should have thought about that a little bit better, but I'll get them out of there if they start doing too much. If they completely like start covering the succulents, then I'll switch them.
And now, when you do that, I'm sorry, I have some questions that if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Now,
Go ahead.
when you go to transplant that, those roots aren't like all entangled, or do you have to like cut them, or they transplant?
I don't know. Well, they ain't been there too long, so
Okay.
I might have complications with that. I'm not too sure. I would probably just cut like with a small shovel and just simply cut them. They'll be fine if that happens. So
Okay.
succulents, look, I'll show you, and you already know this, I'm sure. Succulents
That's
will
right.
a leaf can fall off this plant just like it did and hit the ground. Roots are gonna come,
Yeah.
and then a new one's gonna start on that leaf. So I'm not really too worried about the succulents, you know. I know that they can go anywhere and they will be fine, you know. But
Yeah, the next time I'm at the Home Depot, I see any of those on the ground, I'm gonna put one in my pocket. We'll see what I can.
seriously, I mean, that's how my grandma got that one over there. I'll show you all that in a second. All right. This is my pond set, not mine, but this was the owner of where I'm staying. This was on their windowsill in the house for like 5-6 years. And it was all cocked, you could see. It was all
Yeah.
bent going that way to the sun through the window. It took about a month to get it to raise these leaves from pointing towards the window to point up like this. And it's kind of thin. Nobody took care of it really for years, so I'm bringing it back, seeing what I can do with it.
It's fun to watch, huh?
I know.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool to try and learn about different plants and what they do and how they operate. This thing's coming back. Remember the big one?
Yep. That's
This is the
beautiful.
one that. This one was bigger than that. It was 2 times the size of that in that pot right there, but it died during the freeze. And so I've been working on that to bring that back. And this is the one I made. I made this, started just propagating and cloning the tops or the pieces. It's crazy
Yeah,
leaves.
I gotta say, you're doing such an awesome job with that plant. It's gorgeous.
This is yeah, thank you. I thank you. Appreciate that, Crispy. This is a night blooming orchid cactus. So it only blooms at night. And I mean only at night. By like 5-4 in the morning, it's not there. Or it's just closing. So you really gotta look for the blooms, and then you'll know what to be expecting, you know.
Yeah, I think those plants that bloom at night are like some of the coolest. I grew moon glories before, and I just thought that was
Oh,
the
my
thing.
grandma used to have those, and
They're like
we
so big too. They're like double the size of like a regular, like a morning glory. I was so surprised at how giant they were, but they were absolutely gorgeous.
right.
I don't know if they
I
came in
just
different colors, but I had white ones.
Yeah, I've only seen the white ones. I'm not sure if they have a bunch of color. I'm sure they do. But yeah, those are pretty flowering plants though. I like
Oh
those.
yeah. And
Um
it's like you gotta be out at a special time to even witness what they're doing.
right. Exactly. I don't know if y'all remember this, but this cracked on me right here when I was trying to move it, or just they were all on top of each other like these two. So I was
Yeah.
trying to like spread them out, and when I did, it split. So I took a jigsaw blade and
Oh,
I
that's
splinted
cool.
it. I
Okay,
splinted it.
that's cool.
So I just wrapped
It's like it's
around
working.
it. Yeah, I mean, I could take it off. Oh, I got a hella wrap here, but watch, it ain't gonna fall. I'll be pissed if it does, but it's strong.
So
I can see them.
how long did you have to have that splinted?
I gotta be gentle. I see the knuckle now. Let's say 2 weeks.
Okay.
I could have took this off probably sooner, but see, it's still kind of bending there. I probably should leave it on a little more. Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine. I would definitely, I would do that too. Take care of that.
Hey, that's a good question from the chat. There's a person named Giuseppe Garibaldi. I think I said that right. And they're asking about them nighttime plants. They want to know, are they pollinated by hummingbird moths or bats? Or are they like wind pollinated or something?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
My
I really
bats.
I really don't know. That's a good question. I've never seen any bats or hummingbirds hanging around the plants.
Yeah, like I want to say, I don't think I've ever seen. Well,
He
I'm
said
not
hummingbird moths.
okay because I was like, never.
I'm sorry. Hummingbird moth. Maybe so. Yeah, I've seen some moths around them.
Good thing. Thought process there,
Yeah.
Giuseppe, because I never thought about that difference of when something's blooming only at night. Obviously, it needs a night pollinator, unless it's a wind pollinated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about that. But so I got this in there, but check this out. This is pretty cool. I thought so this is my grapefruit, but I was having problems with it. I just gave it some Epsom salt and a little CalMag. Now look, it's coming back. It's getting dark green. It's getting green again on the top. So I know whatever it was is trying to pull out of it now. So we learning. This is just all learning experience. But you see those?
Yes, the white flowers. It says you have low bandwidth. Telling me low bandwidth.
I didn't plant those.
Those just came.
It's just, oh, that's awesome.
Volunteers.
That either
Cool.
caught a bird or a wind or whatever and just come down and boom. Yeah. Crazy.
I know.
Let's see here. We're getting a low bandwidth.
I know. Sky Overhead was on the show a while ago and was showing his garden, and it had a lot of like celery and berries and stuff all over his garden from the birds taking the seed
Right.
and then spreading it, and it was so awesome. You know, he
Right.
filled it in real nice.
Y'all know what that is.
I see you put the pineapple in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So ideally, these blades are just going to start shooting from the center and widen out. Then they're going to start coming around and they're just gonna blow this pot up, and then eventually a stem and another one will start coming up through the minute. But you only water right here.
In the center.
Yep.
That's
Kind of
wild.
weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, because that goes against everything we think about when it comes to raw.
Right.
It doesn't feel right, but I guess one of those things, nature has found a way.
We got the turtles.
Oh my goodness. That's twice today.
2 turtles today.
We got, well,
Two.
3.
3 turtles.
So
I gotta water them. Oh, I gotta water them. They don't look too bad, but they need some water. Oh, these are my tomatoes that I just transplanted, y'all, and this is gonna blow your mind. I went by my mom's house. Long story short, I had to take my turtles with me. They stayed in a tote like that. It was a little bit longer, with like 3 inches of topsoil, and like I put a scoop or 2 of ocean forest in there, and I just let them live in there. So they shitting and pissing in there for 3 weeks. I got back where I'm staying, got them out of there, but I always kept it. So I let the rain like just water it, keep it fresh. Then I added some more to it. I added 2 bags of I didn't use all of it. I only used half of it, but I added 2 whole bags of that.
Okay.
With the turtle manure or whatever. And they love it, man. I got tomatoes coming up everywhere.
Right on.
That is awesome.
You made like a tea, some shit.
Now look, I don't eat. A lot of people would freak out and say, "Oh my God, what?" I don't even eat tomatoes. So this is all a learning experience. This is not something I put on cannabis.
That's pretty cool though, trying different things in your vegetable garden that you wouldn't do.
Look, they said the fact of the matter is, they said any animal that doesn't eat meat. So why you think they use cow manure? Why you think they use bats, rabbit shit,
Yeah.
worms? They don't eat meat. So any animal that doesn't eat meat, 9 times out of 10, I'm not a scientist, but their stuff is I guess pretty good for the plants. I got caterpillars.
Sounds right. Absolutely.
I got to get some BT something, but I got caterpillars.
Bacillus thuringiensis or some shit like that. BT.
Yeah.
Number one used organic pesticide or whatever in the world.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. It works. I need to water these, but it works, and
we keep getting a low bandwidth, man.
I was kind of skeptical on using them, but we got some beef. No, that's red cherry tomatoes. Oh, y'all want to see that re-veg? Now look, this ain't a plant that I ever cared about. I needed to get some plants out of my tent in February, so I threw this clone out. I wasn't worried about it, but it went in the re-veg. So what? I'm not looking to get anything off of it. It's just a learning experience. But what I noticed is watching this thing started putting off single leaves. Well, then we migrated. We got the double leaves.
See how it stops? Every time I put you on the spotlight, man, it seems to stop on my screen.
Yeah, we lost your video feed altogether.
You can
Too
hear
far
us.
out. He was
Yeah.
cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, you're cutting.
I'm out.
No, you're on now. You need to come a little closer.
Yeah, you're
I'm
having.
sorry, y'all. I was just saying, I'm probably got a bad signal in this spot, but this is a re-veg. It was putting off single leaves, and then now all of a sudden it put off double leaves. Now it's at 3 leaves.
There you go.
That's cool.
So now it's back in the veg, I believe. And this ain't a plan I'm expecting to get anything off of. I'm just learning what re-veg is.
That's cool to do that, you know?
I'm just learning. This is a learning experience in the best way I can learn.
is to see it right there before your own very eyes. I like that too. That's hands-on learning.
Hey,
Always sticks with me.
look at Ron over there making a
I mean,
pile.
when I study this, this is gonna let me know what to look for, what to expect, what
Yep.
to not want. This is gonna teach me everything I don't want. So why not learn from it? Why kill it and just throw it out instead of learning?
Yeah, I'm curious of one thing. Some people that I've talked to about re-veg, they said the amount of time that it takes to re-veg can be based upon how long you vegged it originally, or you know what I mean? Like, or I'm sorry, how long you flowered it. So if it was only in flower for a couple of weeks and you took a clone or whatever and re-vegged it, it would kind of re-veg quicker than one that was maybe right at the end of flower. And so I'm curious, when you say a re-veg, how long was it in flower?
Wait, that plant?
Yeah.
It was never in flower. It was a little tiny clone that I had in the tent months of a bunch of other plants that shouldn't have been in there.
Vegging, then it had to have been in flower at one point, or would it be?
Well, it was, I don't know. It was never in flower. It was off the gooseberry. I cut like 7 clones, couple in DWC, couple in soil.
Huh.
That one never hit flower. I threw it out and it went into the flower re-veg middle stage where it's like trying to put buds plus leaf. So I don't know. It kind of came out of that and then it started putting singles. Now it's doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Smart.
Be curious to see how it goes moving forward. See what it does for you. It might have some crazy vigor in it. You know. What are you looking at? That's another one of those purple plants.
Yeah, this little wandering Jew. It's kind of rough looking. These are the ones that I made a couple months back that I just hang in a tree out here.
Oh, that's cool.
I always forget to water them, but they're doing all right. I just flatten them out, pull their tops down so I can get the hanging basket effect. But this is the pride and joy on them. This is my all green one, and it was hard to do.
That's beautiful.
It was my all green one, trying to go to the ground. Yep.
I like how you have them hanging in trees. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's an awesome tree. I love this tree.
Yeah, that's a nice area right there. Nice, peaceful looking lawn and shit. Hey, look at Ryan. It looks like he made a naturally woven side.
Well, he was talking about the fences that he would.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The fences were live.
Yeah.
He
Did that live for us.
So that looks like some kind of a rendition of that, where he kind of wove together a bunch of stuff, and now he's pounding up a bunch of stuff to maybe compost that. Because if that turns into like a, well, that's going to be cool. I'm really going to have to dig
a little deep.
Yeah,
deeper.
Dig deeper.
Good. He wasn't lying. Like Brian 420 said, when he said he was going shirtless in the compost pile, he wasn't bullshitting.
No, he's digging, that's for sure. He's got a lot. He's moving a lot too.
Yeah, he is moving a lot. He's filling that right up.
That's a nice. That's going to be a big old mound of dirt for the raised beds or wherever the hell he plans on putting it. But
Right.
It almost looks like a peat bog down there.
I know. It looks very loamy and.
He's going to be doing some.
Well, I don't see what y'all are seeing. I must be on something else.
He might be on a different screen. Here, let me put him on the big screen. Hold on a second. If it goes to low.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was looking at my crazy.
He don't even know we're watching him. He thinks we're bullshitting. He probably can't hear us.
Maybe not.
He said it was the bottom of a lake or a little pond or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said that's all flooded out. Shit.
it's wild.
That's some good. That's like good sediment and shit in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and like
Hell yeah!
organic matter, and everything's funneling down.
Yeah, I would show you the grove, but here's an update on that. I flipped the flower.
Oh, sweet man.
I flipped. So we're gonna be looking good in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
What are you growing?
2 gooseberry clones and a Vanna Black. 3x3, it's wall to wall.
Cool.
It is cool.
It's just 3 plants. I had a bunch of other plants in there, but I took a step back and realized that I was doing way too much. And 3 plants was a hell of a lot better. I got them scrogged out. I actually did some rearranging the other day before I flipped. I put the smaller one in the corner to fill that, and I moved the bigger one up to fill the single slot.
Hey, man, I got some feedback here from that plant about re-vegging. They said if you had it in 24 hours of light indoors, when you put it outdoors, it would probably trigger it to flower immediately because of the.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I didn't even tell y'all that. Matter of fact, yeah, it was under 24 hours light, and I threw it out. All my plants were under 24 hours light back then.
So that's probably what it was. It took.
I threw it out. Yeah, in February, it was under 24 hours light, and I threw it out. It probably had what, 12 or 13.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Then it started re-vegging right away before it got going or something.
Right.
Anyhow, that's
I wondered. Thank you.
That's what it was. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said that. I always forget about that.
So I never would have thought
That's
of
okay.
that. That's pretty
Well, see, a couple months back, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. A couple months back, I was doing too much. Started originally running autos, and I popped a gooseberry, this big one here. I popped her, and then I wasn't even thinking that I didn't know anything about a photo. I didn't know about light cycle. I didn't know about anything. So, she went outside, but I was stuck with the others. I had 2 clones and another photo and a tent too. So I was like, I harvested all the clones, got rid of the other clones, and just kept 3 plants in 3x3. And but yeah, I was battling 24-hour light cycle with everything. I mean, everything was under 24 hours. The autos, clones. So I finally switched to 18.6 with the help of Hills Grow. He helped me fix my AC Infinity control and my lights and all, and I got that fixed. So yeah, it was on 24. I'm sorry I didn't share that.
no, it's just
Hell yeah, this is a great show, y'all. Ryan
Oh,
looks
thank
like he has his hands full.
hey,
We have Crazy Pop Mom connecting.
the
Crazy mom.
only people that are on the screen are the people with their cameras on. They're asking about people with their cameras off. I don't know why it does that. They don't want to let you on the screen if your camera's on.
Really?
Hi, Pop Mom, how are you doing? We got about 13 minutes left. Oh, I hope you could be able to show us something.
Oh, nice
Update.
update.
Yeah,
For us.
the update. So we've got pretty flowers.
The auto flowers.
Awesome.
The gravely.
Bravely Ghost.
Pretty
That's
flowers. Very nice.
This one was behind because it took longer to be put into the pot. So that's why that one's that way. But yeah, they're doing good. But you can tell that I haven't like stayed on top of food and stuff, but they're still doing okay.
Yeah,
I knew
they
I
look
wasn't
nice and
gonna.
healthy.
What was that?
Oh, they look nice and healthy. If you're not like you said that you might not be feeding them, they don't. They're not showing.
Yeah, you said you were busy as hell trying to move and stuff, so it looks like they're cooperating.
Yeah, they are cooperating, and I'm glad about that because I'm pretty sure I probably only fed them twice, but they are outside. So they at least get watered regularly usually.
Right on.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Now, what
Yeah,
size
so-
pot is that? Is that like a 1 gallon or 2 gallon or?
Probably a 1 gallon.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
I'd show you what I look like compared to them, but I mean, like my feet are really tiny, so that doesn't help you at all.
No, knowing the size of the plot helps give us some perspective, you know?
It's gonna give you a nice little harvest to sample out that Gravely Ghost, you know, and at the time where, you know, you got some stress because moving is stressful. It doesn't matter, you know, when you're moving, there's some sort of stress coming with it. So
Well, yeah, and I don't know where I'm moving or when I'm moving or what how fast I have to move. So yeah, it's just a whole shit show when it comes to my move right now. So yeah, I'll need these.
yes, you will. It sounds like you will. I hope everything works out and that like that you know soon. Because I'm sure like the not knowing is a little unsettling too.
Well, it is, but the minute I know, then I only have 3 months. So not knowing is slightly better, I think.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What's
But yeah,
cool-
I was so happy with my little pom poms here.
Yeah, you got something going to keep you hard in therapy, you know?
Yep, exactly. And I have events every weekend lately, so they're being very cooperative for somebody that is too busy.
Right.
That's good when your plant can cooperate like that. You can just, you know, have them outside and things are working out.
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, because I don't have to worry about the tent or anything like that, because I do grow indoors too usually, but this just seems to be easier right now. And because they're autos, I won't have to deal with a lot of the weather issues, like, and the bugs and everything, because they're not out here long enough to have the issues.
Right on. I could see the grass died in the 3 areas where they were setting before.
Yeah, they're in the same spot as they were before.
Right on. I'm glad you dropped in to show us that.
Yeah, I
know.
kept pausing my alarm saying, no, just in 10 more minutes, I'll get out there, I swear.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's nice. And I hope that you come in the future, give us more updates on those.
Oh, I
plans.
will be. I will be, because you guys gave me these. So the least I can do is tell you what's happening with them, because I appreciate you just like, here you go. Here's some seeds to grow. You don't get that with a lot of autos. People still want lots of money for them. So I really am appreciative. So that's the least I can do is come and show you guys what I got going on.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
awesome. We're so happy that you got some auto seeds.
Yeah. Well, Ryan
Wait.
came. Ryan put us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He put us. He put us behind the, he's ashamed of us. He put us behind the tree. Oh, that's funny.
That guy's working hard, man. He's trying to get all that good dirt out.
He is. I hope he can hear us, or maybe he'll check back later and realize we was sending him some good vibes. He really put some work in. That's no shit. Like he did that whole thing while we were sitting here. I don't think there was much of it there, was there?
Oh no. He's still
No, did you see he just showed us the pit he just pulled it all out of?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing with the camera. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to put us behind the stick. He was just put the phone back
Yeah.
down to where it was. But that's pretty cool seeing that, just seeing all these plants and seeing that. You never know what's going to happen on the Smart Poker YouTube channel.
We'll see that in like a year or two. We'll still be like, you remember I piled that soil up that one day? Well, this is what I'm growing. Here he comes. Hey Ryan, can you hear us?
Nope.
Maybe you can.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, you putting in some work. Everybody, we were lucky. They were saying that you're basically the Oak Island treasure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Ryan, you got your hands full.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's done for the day, done doing that work.
He might be winded a little bit. I don't know.
All right, y'all. I gotta get going. Thanks for having me, Smart.
Oh,
Thanks for coming.
Hell yeah. Brian, you got your hands full over there. Artman, XYZ, Crazy Pop Mom. How y'all doing? Y'all have a blessed day. Amazing show, Smart. Chris.
Have a great day.
Yeah, don't work too hard out there.
Right.
It's raining again, so I got to cover this pile up before it gets all soaked.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, y'all.
That's why I turned it, is because it's downpoured pretty good last night, so I didn't want it to sit soggy.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Gets oxygen in there.
Yep.
I even made like a teepee underneath in the mid on the bottom of it with sticks. So it kind of has an air pocket in the bottom.
I never
That's
thought
pretty
of that.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's a good idea, you know?
Ever hear that before?
No.
Make a
Oh,
stick.
that's
air
pretty
pocket.
cool to like give us a level of it not being on the ground to dry out, get some air movement.
It's like a little microclimate inside of an igloo of soil and organic matter and whatever, you know,
Yeah.
kind of maybe decompose from the inside out that way. I really like that.
Too. Well, we are getting down to the last 5 minutes of our show, and we have an engagement at 2:00. So we should probably get started with our final thoughts and shout outs. And
Yeah, let's do that.
we want to get through that. I want to give everybody a chance to, tell everybody where they can find you. Crazy Pot Mom, ladies first, you said you were going to a lot of events. You want to tell everybody where they can find you to maybe someone in Canada, if you're listening, you want to hook up with Crazy
Yeah,
Pot?
for sure. Okay, so for the most part, when I'm doing events, I post it on Instagram. Some of that falls over to Facebook, but for the most part, it's on Instagram. So if you want to know what's actually going on with my events and stuff like that, which are usually nowadays 420 events, which is super exciting because most of my art is 420 art, right? So yeah, so I just post everything on there. I just posted my one for July. It's in Hamilton. And I think there's still spaces available. So if anybody's actually wanting to do that part of it, there's that too.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming on and showing us your garden.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime, Crazy. We look forward to seeing some more updates. I seen he was here earlier, but he wrote in the Zoom chat that he had to drop out early. He said, sorry to cut it short. See everybody next time. So cheers, Diacini. And up next, we can go with XYZ Vector.
Yeah, you can find me at Cocoa for Cannabis, just hanging out in the chat rooms.
Thanks,
So
XY.
thank you.
Hey, Ryan, since we have your attention, you want to tell people where they can find you? Maybe say your final goodbyes.
You can find me in my local supermarket if you're there at the right time. Otherwise,
Yeah, if
I'll be
anybody
live on
wants,
IG to finish this pile up in a couple minutes here.
Right
yeah,
on.
if you want to hit up on Ryan, he'll be at your local supermarket.
Or my local supermarket.
That's right.
Check
Maybe
out,
yours if I'm traveling. We'll see.
check out Ryan's Instagram after the show. He says he's going to go live and you guys can continue the feed there.
Check out what he's going to do with this next.
Cover it up. Yeah, this would be cool. All right. Next up on the list here, we have Seed Person 1, Trimming.
Yeah, thanks guys. It's nice to have somebody to listen to while I'm doing all this. I'm Seed Person 1 on Instagram or seedperson1@gmail.com. And I know there's probably people that are listening to this that aren't on the live or that don't come into the chat or anything, but I would encourage you to, if you're on the fence about it, come on in and say hi, because that's how all of us started out. And there's always new growers out there, people that are just getting into it, that are just starting to listen and stuff, and we want to help you guys out. So cheers, everybody. Grow love. I'll see you at Growing with My Fellow Growers this evening at 7.
Good message.
Yes, thank you.
Good message.
And next up, Artman.
It's a great show. I love these tours. They're fantastic. Glad to be here. Artman 2Ns 420 _ at Instagram and at Cocoa for Cannabis. Thanks for having me. And you guys have a good day.
Thank you so much, Artman. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure hanging out with everybody here. Thanks, you guys, so much. Chat, you guys rock. Awesome fam. I'm Crispy Wannabe. You can find me here with Smart Poker on Smart Poker YouTube channel. I will see you over at the Cheap Homegrown show later. I'm at Cocoa for Cannabis and on YouTube. Thanks for checking us out. Thank you, Smart. Thank you for always doing this for us.
Oh, we loved it. We live for these shows, and I'm like everybody else. I get a lot out of it. Fun. Lots of fun. I love the tours and shit. So keep coming back, everybody. Tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.